And so it is. Loved ones, dear ones, Lemurians, creators, you that are you today, I am that I am, Yeshua. And today here I stand united in front of you with my lovely, lovely friends from beyond what you call the veil, from beyond what you call the realm of infinite possibility. And today I would like to introduce you to my dear friend Adamus Saint Germain, who will be attending this mission of yours, this insight mission of yours. And also I will be joined by those whom you call Kutumi, Kuan Yin, Michael, and in fact all the others that are necessary here tonight and today. And indeed, this is a night. Although you see the sun shining right now, I am telling you that you have begun the long, dark night of the soul. And this seems like an amazing concept, does it not? Night is something that you usually fear, you usually are afraid of. So many times you will walk into a forest, you will walk into a city, and when the sun shines you will enjoy everything around you. You will be amazed at the wonders that marvel everywhere, the things that you want, the things that you seek. And yet at the same time, when you walk through the same forest at night, when you walk through the same city at night, fear will come up. Fear for the unknown, fear that things might happen to you. Of course, nothing can ever happen to you. You are the creator of your own lives. So when this energy that you're sitting in right now is called a long night of the soul, it just means that your souls have finally entered into that space where fear no longer reaches you. For all of you have been dying to get away from the darkness within, have you not? And you have been looking towards the light, and this has been an amazing journey indeed. But really, can light ever be truly efficient without its counterpart, without that energy that actually creates the confession that you find in the light itself? It cannot. And so at night, when you were afraid that your life might actually start catching up with you, you close your eyes and you drift away. You drift away from this world, you drift away from everything that you have created here. And you enter into illusion, the illusion of sleep. And you think that when you sleep, the world will continue to revolve around you. It doesn't. When you close your eyes, when you, in fact, go deep within, there is no world. There is no world to begin with. Right? Or could it be that you feel yourselves trapped in your body? That you feel yourselves trapped even in your soul, trapped in your energy, trapped even in your consciousness. Yes, you have taken a long journey indeed, a journey that started from ego-based thinking to mind-based thinking to energy-based thinking, where you actually acknowledged that dark and light and love and fear, plus and minus, are actually parts of the same energy. You have surpassed this. This is the entire reason why the first part of the cosmic manifest, the universal manifest, was actually created. So you could enter sovereignty. So you could know that dark and light, that all these things, all this duality, was just an expression of the same energy. This messenger here oftentimes has a private joke he likes to likes to play on people, people who are still trapped within their own duality. He will then say duality is like a disease, is it not? He calls it dualitis. And this dualitis is in fact just your illusion. Now, loved ones, today we want to talk about illusion. Today we want to talk about everything that keeps you in your own box, that keeps you limited within yourselves. For indeed, you are seeking mastery. You are seeking enlightenment. You are seeking truth, are you not? Well, what do you think is keeping you away from your truth? What is keeping you away from being the masters in your own life? What is keeping you away from creating your world, weaving your world the way you would like it? Duality. The fact that you have the need to express yourself only with part of your energy present. This is duality. So here you sit, and you say that you are male or that you are female. You say that you are young or you are old. You say that you are beautiful, like us. Or you say that you are ugly, like you. What? When I reflect this truth back to you, that you think this of yourself so many times, you have a problem with it? Maybe you are afraid to feel beautiful. Maybe you are afraid to shine and to radiate at any given moment. I'll tell you why. Because you express yourselves again in duality. When you do this, when you say to yourself, I am either this or this, these are my parameters of my conscious mind, these are my mindsets, this is my frame in which I will do my thinking, my existing, well, then you separate yourself from part of you. This is what the entire shift from identity to energity is all about. Energity is a state in which you fully embrace all that you are. All that you are. And isn't it one of the first cosmic laws that were given to you by Satya herself, our Pleiadian goddess? At least that's what she likes to think of herself. Wasn't it so that she herself said, anything that you remove from yourself ultimately will have to come close, will have to reunite with you. Everything you push away, you will end up attracting. You will end up being, in fact. Take the life of this messenger, for instance. When he was growing up, his parents were both smokers. They liked to smoke cigarettes, did they not? And he hated this fact. He could not stand the fact that they were smoking in the car all the time, that they were smoking in the house, and he felt very, very alone in this, because he was the only one who seemed to have a problem with it. Now today, indefinitely, he is a smoker. Everything that you will push away ultimately will return towards yourself. You will have to be that which you deny. Do you understand? Do you understand that this is the limit of identity? And that you, as a race, as a humanity itself, are actually proud of this. You actually pride yourselves on the fact that you have an identity. And as you grow older, as you grow wiser, supposedly, your parameters will become more and more narrow, because you will define yourself more and more and more, and then you become a grumpy old man or a grumpy old woman. And in the end, you have defined yourselves to such an extensive degree that you will simply cease to exist. for there is no more left of you. You have been fully disempowered at that point. And at that point your energy leaves your body. This is what you call death. And today, dear ones, now that you are entering the dark night of the soul, that you are going where no man and no woman has gone before, so to speak, now that you have breached this final frontier, ready to begin the human adventure, we tell you that it is no longer necessary to live in illusion. For what is death, dear ones? What is death? You think you have to die. You think this is part of the cycle of life and death, the cycle of birth, the birth again into other realms. And you think this is a cycle which should be honored. Well, it should not. Death and birth is an unnatural process to begin with. And why? It's very simple indeed. As you die, as your energy leaves your body, you will, at this point in time, the way the energies have arranged themselves in the last few thousands of years, you will have to go to 4D. You will have to leave this third dimension, this nexus of all energy. And so you go to 4D. And so your energy is being used at that point to create even more illusions. As you are at the point of freeing yourselves from the fact that there is indeed a world you have to incarnate into, your energies are being used by so many different powers. When I and my friends use the word power, we do not mean power the way you mean it. We mean empowering, empowerment, strength, inner energy that does no longer define itself. It doesn't need to. Not on this new earth, not on this new planet you're now on, not in this new life you have created for yourselves. And so, the time has come to share with you, Imzaia, and all others, new truth, new experience, new ways to exist that we will no longer define, and neither will you. How about every day you allow yourselves to create a new universe? As I and my friends have said just now, that it is difficult for you to enter into your magic, to enter into your creative power, it is because you don't allow yourselves to live in your universe that you are creating that very day. Do you understand what we mean by this, Imzaia? Do you understand that it is your identity that you so cherish, that only enables you to express half of who you are at any given point? Because identity only knows duality, and duality only knows two poles, plus and minus. And so as you sit here, and as you try to liberate yourselves from you, for that is what you are doing, we invite you to leave your identity. Throw it in the fire here. You have no need for it. Which does not mean giving up who you are. You can never give up who you are. You are who you are. The only thing you can give up is the defining parameters of the energies that you are. And we all understand, me and my friends, that there is some fear involved in all of this, because if you let go, then what will happen? If you let go of all the things you have taken upon yourselves, all the stuff you possess, without and within, well, then you enter into the unknown, into the abyss. And is that not why you came here on earth? To make known the unknown? To be the explorers of reality? Ah, yes. Ah, yes. So the only thing you can actually lose are your illusions. And this is the word that this first communication between you and us will be about today. For you see, illusion is a peculiar thing. Illusion is something that you are very much aware of only when you're not existing within it. When you exist within illusion, you actually think it is reality, you think it's real. Now, where does this word come from? There are so many words in your language, so many different words that if you analyze them energetically, you will always come back to the actual meaning. So when we hear the word illusion, we hear ill-usion. Ill-using of your own energy. A wrong way to use your own energy. It's not a proper use, it's an ill use. Why? Again, for you are only using part of your energy. Of course, there was a time on this planet Earth when it wasn't possible to use all your energy. But dear ones, Imzaia, for about 4 months now, you have been able to use your fully charged self, your Lemniscarian self, your infinite self, your Lemurian selves. We have reintegrated and reintegrated time and time and time again all these things within you. We have activated your Akane. We have taught you about vibration. We have taught you about frequency. We have taught you about the variables. We have taught you about the potentials, the monoids, and everything that exists to make your reality you. And you are beginning to understand what this is all about. You are beginning to understand that you cannot understand a thing. You are beginning to remember that you have never forgotten. You are becoming whole where you were never unwhole. And this is the journey home. It has never been anywhere else but here. Your very hearts. I know, Yeshua, that my friends here will have different opinions on this topic. I know that it's still necessary for Adamus to live a little. It's a little bit necessary for my good old friend Germaine to wake up and smell the roses. Ah, they're all sharing your energy, loved ones. Yet where you sit in the human experience and where you think that you need to escape your body and where you need to go to higher realms to find peace and to find joy, so are they, so are we trying to get closer to you. Now, I have done this. I have returned as I am here right now. And I am carrying my personality again. And I'm proud of this. Your personality is nothing to be afraid of. A little drama never killed a cat. But your personality is not a thing to worship either. It is an expression of who you are. Personality, too, can exist within shifting energy, within new energy. Last time, when we communicated with you, we have told you about the nonsensic field. We have talked nonsense with you. And all of you, well, those who were there, you kind of loved it, although you couldn't do anything with it. Why not? Because you were looking for structure in what we said. You were looking for structure in anything we say. And what you're in fact looking for if we can be completely honest with you, you are looking, or waiting rather, for us and messengers like this to make a mistake. You are hoping, deep down in your ego that still exists, you are hoping that we are wrong. Because if we are wrong, and if you can find fault with this man, or with me, myself, or all the others, well, wouldn't that brighten up your day? Then you could just join the game of society again. Then you can just join all these illusions again. And this is what you, in fact, want. Now, we know that you are at a level right now listening to these words where you think this is not true. Where you think that all you want is to find these truths for yourselves, just the way I found them. I lived my truth. And I created quite a fuss about my truth, did I not? Oh well. Do you have the guts to do this? Do you have the guts, Imzaia, to stand up and be crucified for who you are? Do you have the guts to be you, no matter what, without compromising, without trying to put yourself down in favor of others? You know, it's so very simple. If illusion is a wrong usage of your own power, of your own energy, and what is the right way to do this? Simple. Experience joy. Everything that brings happiness will always lead you to your heart. And your heart will always lead you to your passion. And your passion will always bring you to the reason why you have been chosen to be born. You chose it yourselves, really. You have chosen to become a part of your own creation. For here you sit, gods. One God, which is you, taking part in your own creation. You are like the director that is actually taking part in his own movie, you see. But you have forgotten that when you're behind the camera, that you can still direct, that you can still give those orders that you seek for yourselves. So, no more compromising. No more running away from who you are. For you see, dear ones, the time you have been waiting for, the time you have been reading about, so many years, is finally here. All the angels have ascended within you. All the masters have ascended within you. We are all back. Some of us more than others, but we are back. And what do? This is the coming of the Christ consciousness, unity consciousness. And what do? You just continue on with your lives, and with your lies, and with your illusions, and with your limitations, and with your fear, and with the words, I do not know. I do not know. Get out of here. Is there anything that you don't know? I'll tell you what the problem is. You think that. You think that you need to know everything. You think you need to store everything in your brain, like you did when you were a child, when you went to high school. And that there will be an exam at the end, a test. So listen closely, for this will be on the test. There will be 3 questions, 3 questions on the test. First question will be, who are you? Second one, why are you here? And the third one, where are you going? These 3 questions are all that you will ever need. You see, this process you call channeling, or the process you call a private session where we exchange information with you, do you really think that somewhere in here, or wherever we might be and where our brains might be, that we have all your names on a list, that we know each and every single one of you, that we have like this dictionary within ourselves that knows every word, every person that ever existed? No, we don't. But we do know you when we see you. We do know you when we experience you. And this is the biggest delusion, the now. At least the way you handle the now. As I have had the chance already to talk to the keeper here about this, today I also want to give you a little bit more information about the now. For you have made a teeny weeny little mistake that has lasted for about 2,000 years. Nothing. Now is not just a concept of time. It is also a concept of space. Time and space are linked in linearity. And when you think, I have to be in the now, I have to be in the now, oh God, please let me be in the now, then you just think that you have to continue with the flow of time. Think again. It's not true. For even when you are in the now, time-wise, at the same time you are thinking about other places. You are going back to the third brain, where all the memories are stored, where all your experiences are being held captive. And this is what it is. Why do you feel sadness? Because the past is gone. Why do you feel sadness when your relationships end? And you think back, as this man and so many others have done. Think back to the good times. Well, damn it, let the good times go. Let them be. You are holding on to something which no longer exists. And so you use this brain to hold on to past life experience, to past energy. And you keep this energy that just wants to flow, that just wants to get out and reshape itself, revamp itself, reinvent itself also. You keep this in place and you say, no, time and space exist, and I had this experience on a Monday from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. and damn it, I will hold on to it. I will keep it in my brain, for I need to remember. If I don't remember, then what? Oh, then what? Freedom. Then you are the dolphin. Then you are the lotus. Then you are the flower of life. Then you are the heart of things, of all that is. For you see, the only way, Imzaia, you will ever keep thinking, experiencing your past in joy is by letting it go. If you let go of the past, if you let go of all this stuck energy here in your head, oh, there's a lot of place in your head to stick energy to, well, then you will see that you are once again free, that the now becomes something completely different indeed. And then, if you don't go back to your past and feel sadness or guilt or whatever it is you feel about your past, then you will probably be in the now, walking around with your enlightened shoes on, trying to smell the roses, of which you are not aware that you created them, and that you can change the smell if you like. And you go worrying yourself about the future. Ah, the future. What a good place to worry about. I wonder what will happen if I don't do this, or if I do this, then what will happen? Oh my God, what will they think of me? Do you think that we should talk about tomorrow? Do you think that we should worry about tomorrow? Well, worry away. But what is it good for? Nothing. Nothing. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Yesterday doesn't exist. The now is a concept of time and space. Time you can handle. Space, for that matter, is quite different. I and my friends invite you here today, for the rest of this day, not to think back to the places where you came from, not to think back to the people you left today to be here, but to actually be here. You will see that if you stop worrying about time and place that is not where you are here and now, that these things will never bother you again. An example. Take, for instance, as many Imzaia are experiencing right now in your relationships. Your relationships. That when you come to a place like this, you will probably create a partner or two, or a family member or a child who will think that you are wrong and that you should not come, and that you should give up everything that you are to spend time with others. You can choose this. But be clear in what you are choosing. Be very, very clear. If you are here, you ain't there. And if you're there, you ain't here. Got it? So, if you're coming to a place like this, and in fact if you go any place, any particular thing you would like to do in your life, be there now. That's all you need to do, Imzaia. That's all you need to do to go towards your joy and to go towards your happiness. Just be there, in the now. And don't mind other times, other places. Let all these things be. For you will see, if you worry today about what people might think, that you have not given what they actually wanted from you, I'm telling you now that you will get into fights. You will get into arguments, for you are building energy that does not belong to this time, this place, this space of reality. So you create a conflicting energy. You try to look towards the future, and you worry about this future, and you pull it here. You pull it into the now. And this is exactly the other way around from which creation was intended. I have told so many times before about the Eya Ich, Oya Ich principle, a Lemurian principle. In fact, Eya Ich, as it is, Oya Ich, so it shall be. And this is the way to look at the future. For you see, if you are here now, and if you are enjoying yourselves, and if you are happy, if you are feeling love, and I'm loving you right now, don't you think, or would it be such a crazy idea that your future might actually take shape around what you are feeling right now? It's quite a different way of approaching the future. At that given time, at that given point, you are actually taking what you feel right now, much like an artist, to create your future. Do you think that when a painter, for instance, starts his or her work, like many of these paintings here on the walls right now, do you think that they have the finished product in their heads already? No. No. All that they use is the colors that they are feeling good about at that point. That's everything. All they choose is the colors. All they choose is the groundwork, the foundations of their creation. And then they let everything take shape around themselves. This is Eya Ich, Oya Ich. And I'm telling you, if this painter, if this artist were to worry about the final product would basically suck. The energy around it would be very limited indeed, and no one would be interested in obtaining this painting or this sculpture or whatever. But because he or she, the artist, is willing to let go, then you create. Then you take the feelings, the creative ability that you are carrying at that moment, and you are creating your future. You see how easy it is? You see how simple it is, and how close by to the truth you in fact are. You just have your wires crossed, that's all. That's all. So, stop deluding yourself. Stop living in this illusion of time and space where you have to worry about what does not exist yet. And if you don't go into illusion, then where would you go? Where do you think, if you don't exist within illusion, where would you then exist? In reality? No. Reality, as you know it today, is just the consequence of the illusions you have created for you. So in a way, everything you see around you is always part of the past, always a past energy, always. You have come into this room today, and even those who are not here today, who are listening to these words at a later date, or who are reading these words at a later date, people living in different countries even, maybe even oceans away, all of them are creating this space where you are sitting, Imzaia, right now. All of their energy is here. They're even creating your bodies together with you. They're creating the chairs you're sitting on. And why? Simple. Because you are that which you are. There is no separation. Yet, I invite you to experiment with something. You are so used to entering a space such as this one and accepting the creation that already happened. The creation that took place in the past. Why not creating your space now? Why don't you do this? Why don't you choose the energy which you decide to walk into? Why don't you let it take shape? We have given you the tools, and today, in the course of this party, we will continue to aid you, to assist you in working with these tools. For you see, that which we have called gravity and that which we have called magnetism are indeed the only two things you will ever need to use your consciousness and to use your own energy to create your reality. And as such, we would like to announce something. It will no longer be possible within the Imzaia consciousness to live in theory. It won't. It'll get very, very, very uncomfortable. You are so used to taking theory and creating from this theory practice. Creating from this theory that you have been taught, that you have learned to believe in, to create your reality from this point forward. But this too is a limitation. It is. So, what is theory, in fact? Theory is a prison, much like your mind. Your mind exists in theory. It doesn't exist in practice. Only your heart exists in practice. So if you really want to create your lives, if you really want to know who you are, stop looking in the mind. Stop looking in consciousness. Stop looking in energy. Stop looking in reality. Stop looking in theory. But just look within. Joy. Do you know, Imzaia, that the word enjoyment is in fact a very important word? You are so used to enjoying things outside of you, and this alone is limiting. For the things outside of you have already taken shape, have already received even a form. And this form, it means nothing. 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 It only means what you have learned it to mean. And this is why we have invited you to go to the third brain and open all the archives that are there. All the memory, all the reminiscing that you have done, all the storing. And that's why we have invited you to clean out these archives. You will be amazed at how the world is now again allowed to take shape around you. So, we have said to you, have we not, that creation isn't about, well, it isn't about forcing things into existence. It is about allowing things into existence. When you create your world around you, you only need to allow your biggest joy to take shape. Oh, who here, and listening to these words right now, can honestly say that you are allowing your joy to take shape around you? Nearly no one. Not one of you. And why? Because, simply speaking, you don't have the tools for it. Everything here is already stored, already stuck. And I pity those who think that they have gone beyond the mind, for you are still in the shape that you are in. You are still carrying this form around with you. You are still convinced that you are a person that is separate from everything else. And oh yes, you can feel the energies and you tiptoe around it. And you join hands, and you feel each other's hearts, and you float around in the room. You do. And we love to see you float. It's always a float fest when we get together, isn't it, Imzaia? Then again, we also love to see you empowered. To see you in your own center. And to realize that you are all that is. If you are all that is, then indeed that little tidbit of information stuck here in your brain somewhere, means nothing at all. For if you are all that is, you also created the brain of the people sitting around you. And you also created every thought in there. And the brain of everybody who ever lived. So, if this is truth, then what is your illusion? The fact that you have memory. The fact that you are only a version, a limited version of what you are. You still don't understand, Imzaia. When we enter into a room, when we start our discussions with you, we say, I am that I am. And this is not limited. It has no borders. It just has potential. I am that I am is in fact an acknowledgement from my side that I am you. And that you are me. Do you happen to believe that you are a small creature that needs to be very thankful for the fact that I am here right now talking to you? I am just a figment of your creation. I am just a thought that you have. This body, this energy, it's all yours. And such is that you are all the masters. You are Jeshua. You are Kuthumi. You are Adamus. You are Quan Yin. You are Michael. It's all you. And today, we are going to show you that you are these things. You have a choice here. You have a choice to be who you are and to leave the rest of your illusions behind right now. Or to stay in the box. To stay in mind-based thinking. One final thing before we interrupt the rest of this communication with you. Why do we call the nonsensic field nonsensic? Why do we talk about nonsense? It's very easy. The difference between a world such as this one, that has fully expressed itself in matter already, is your senses. There is only one difference between you and the state we usually exist in, me and my friends, namely that you have senses and we do not. We don't need eyes or ears or a nose or a mouth. We don't need touch, although whenever we are here we must say we quite like it. We are quite fond of touch. But imagine an existence where all these things, Imzaia, that you see, all the beauty that you see around you, all the things that you smell with those lovely little noses of yours, all the things that you hear, all the things that you taste, and all the things that you feel, all of your sensations. Imagine a world where all of these things are within, in enjoyment. Then you are in love as well. And this is what my love has always been about. This is why I love you. For you are within me. And I am within you. God, it almost makes me cry. To see that you are actually hearing these words, and some of you are actually understanding it. Wonderful. Wonderful. And those who think they do not, oh, they do. They do. You're just playing a mind game. That's all it is. One last thing. You never went away. And you are still home. You have just created an illusion of separateness. So, please, enjoy yourselves. Please be in love with yourselves. Please feel your sensations on the inside from now on, and dare to look beyond shape and form. Dare to look beyond the box. It will set you free. It will. And then you will see that you are indeed the kingdom. That you are indeed that you have been waiting for. Then you will see that that which you call home has always lived in the very hearts of your cells. And this is why I became, and we became, the teachers. This is why we have over 600 separate energies of us, at least in the way you see this. This is why we have grouped ourselves, joined ourselves in what you call the White Guild. This is why we did this, isn't it? So that we could become the teachers. And everyone here is at a point to do this yourselves. We have said one thing about the Imzaia consciousness, we will say another. We just said that this will no longer be a place of theory. At the same time, we wish to undergo a little experiment with you. It's nothing kinky, so don't be afraid. Maybe you are now a little bit disappointed, but then again, still more time for that today. The experiment we wish to undertake. We are opening the White Guild up for you. We will no longer speak of ourselves as a group of 600 entities. From this day forth, the invitation will always stand for you to take our hands and to become part of this White Guild, to join these angelic forces, these mastery forces. For we no longer wish to separate you from us. Deep down, you feel that you do not belong here yet, that you need to experience even more drama, even more limitations, even more fear, so that maybe one day you will find resolution. Well, we are here with our arms wide open, welcoming you, Imzaia, as a consciousness into this White Guild. As you have done with that energy which you have called the 12. You have invited us to be a part of your consciousness, and now we return the favor. Now we invite you to be a part of us while you're still here on the planet. Think big, Imzaia. Think very, very big. For this is your truth. This is your love, and this is your creation. And about this topic, creation, we will return later. We will return 2 more times today. First of all, we will talk about creation, and we will guide you into practical experiences, so you can feel the magic in the mastery that you are. And afterwards, we will come back again to talk about the principles of love. For there is a very good reason why Venus is coming in right now. There is a very good reason why Venus is the energy we will be talking about. You have no idea yet what Venus stands for. You have no idea what your planets, in fact, stand for. You just think these are rocks drifting in space, being held together by gravity. Well, what about the magnetism? If there is gravity, then there is magnetism at some point. So we will tell you about the principles of love from a cosmic angle. We will tell you about the blueprint of this universe. We will tell you about the reality of it all, about the architecture of existence. This is talking nonsense, indeed. And then, finally, we will listen to your questions. And maybe, just maybe, we will answer a few of them. And so, Imzaia, as we now take our leave of you, we tell you that we do not go into the ethers. We tell you that we do not open a portal right now and shift ourselves away thousands of light years into the heart of the central sun where we will explode into a new dimension. No. The only thing we will do to get to our central sun is knock on your door, your heart. For remember, you have created the central sun within the center of your very akine. And this is the place where we are, always. So take our invitation. Take it and do with it as you seek. You are welcome to join this collective, this white guild, once more. And we have time, and we have space, and we have cosmic patience. So if you want to remain in illusion for quite some time more, we will wait, and we will watch the flower grow, and we will love every moment of growth that you will emit. Show yourselves, Imzaia. Show yourselves to this world, and feel everyone that you love, everyone that you are afraid of, each and every single person. As you meet them, feel them running through your blood. Feel how they connect to your dimensions. Feel how they connect to your vibrations. And don't try to know everything all at once. Just know that when you need to know, you will know. And it's as simple as that, really. The things you have heard just now are the basis of what you will need, the tools that you will need for creating later on today. And we thank you for accepting this energy. We know that some of you here have heard of these things before, have probably got the feeling right now, okay, this sounds very familiar. This is just an acknowledgement of what I already knew. And so often, when we have our private conversations with you, this is the way our talks usually end. This really has confirmed for me what I thought you were going to say, 12. This is really what I thought you were going to say, Jeshua. And this messenger, in a past life, used to think then, damn it, I screwed up. I should have brought in new information. I should have given them something they didn't know. Ah, no. No. Our greatest honor that you can give us is when you find your reflection in what we have said. For that means we have done our job right. So, take these energies, play with them, feel them within yourselves, and know that what was said here today was just a smoke screen, so that the actual energy could come into your cells and can now start working through, so that the magic could come into your cells. Welcome. Welcome in the world of nonsense. This is a much, much better place to be than the world of walls and concrete and definition. Now you are finally free and able to define yourselves at any moment of time and space. Or to just stay undefined, to just be the free spirit. Be the free spirit, and you will be this spirit at any given time. We will return later. Know that you are loved. Know that you are wise beyond your imagination. And know that your imagination is in fact the heartbeat in your very chests. And so it is.